Man, I had to restart this thing. I couldn't remember. Um, oh shit, it did it again. Capital of Confederacy over oh my god, now I'm gonna forget the state in Virginia. Because something stuck, man. I just turned it back on. Keeps going Vicksburg, but like it's like fucking. Man, there's something fucking wrong with me. I can remember McClellan. Wasn't he doing that? God, and people go all the way around it. All kinds of shit McClellan fucking up. Well, I'll do that. Like, my brain's mush, man, but that McClellan thing, you gotta always redo history. Like McClellan and his fucking and fumbling. That might be like he's good with Lincoln, okay? Because I'm kind of thinking Stanton and Chase. That thing might be a setup, okay? They're not really fighting like that. It kind of makes sense. Now I got a pumpkin in each end of my bag. I got a pumpkin in each end of my bag. Now I can ride. And then, once you say it too, and in the context now. So, okay, so you have, let me see what I did, Virginia. God, Richmond. Yeah, Richmond, Virginia. Okay, so, you have, this is going to be about Worcester too. And this is my dysfunctional CIA family, part 40, I guess. Just call it me. It's all about me, right? Okay, so John Wilkes Booth comes from theater. That's that English stuff, and it's got to be a whole English setup. And something gets implemented. Maybe they even hold it back. It's like worked out behind the scenes. And Nikolai, just say, what Lincoln? Why did I say Nikolai? Oh, because one of his secretaries, right? Man, my brain is mush. How am I going to not remember? I've only listened to that thing like, it's 140 hours long, and I've listened to it like 5 times. Man, I'm so out of it. I've been off and away. I haven't been, I guess I've been reminiscing and thinking a lot from what I realized, and been kind of sick too. They know it too, man. YouTube did this shit to me. Some more of these death threats and all this shit. YouTube did the same thing, dead bodies and shit. Okay, I watched one of my videos on my phone, so it'll show ads, and it the video it puts on starts up right after my thing is done. I can't even make it stop. It's like a fucking murder video, like dead bodies being dug up, just like at the dentist. Oh shit, it does, man. And then it's like doing but it first has to show an ad of someone with all these fucked up teeth. So it's that the YouTube is the murdering motherfucker, too. And I guess we'll get to that. They did all that shit. They did all the Elliot Rodger and everything, which I don't even know how that would work, because it might not even be exactly what you think. But damn, man. Okay, so Lincoln gets assassinated. The war is like over, and then he gets assassinated. And it goes right into President Johnson, and Stanton turns to shit, right? And he's kind of going along with shit. And I'll get to that in a bit. Like, according to W.B. Du Bois, and he's getting it from people, like, I'm thinking he kind of implies something like Stanton's a rat. Okay? But I'm not really sure. Like, you gotta listen to it over and over, the Black Reconstruction. And I've listened to that like twice. I gotta listen to it like 7 times. Get over and over and over and over and over. It's divided up into 3 parts, like on that YouTube. So you start up that, find that, and then go to that 3rd part, because it starts with Florida, pretty early on. And it's really cool. And he's the only one who says that stuff. Everything we were taught, a complete lie about Reconstruction. Okay, so so that's like a whole plot, theater plot, and I'm gonna get into like the theater I was at in Worcester, because it's all that shit and all that English shit still, And it's always been that shit. And I guess people just go in and living their life at the theater, but it's all a lie too. And I guess it's all good. Because I'm thinking, Brad, he's all bitter and he's like lying though. He's like not as bitter. It's not quite what he says. And I'm going to get to some of that. Which is kind of a relief too. Because I was in an upswing then, and like everyone else is grumping because it's Worcester. But they're bullshit. Damn, man. Okay, so but Lincoln had gone to Richmond. Like when the Richmond fell, he takes his boat and goes right up in the town. And that's extreme, and it would make a lot of sense, especially if he's going to get assassinated. Maybe it's going to be a certain thing, and then to show like fuck it, ain't even going to happen. Go right up into the Capitol right after. Every like guy heartbroken, alcoholic, guy wounded in his leg or whatever the hell it is, and he's got all the booze and whatever. No one takes a shot at him. You know, and the whole fucking thing. Every crazy. Everyone's just in shock, and it's all good. You know, it's just human decency. You know. And he goes and sits in what's his fuck's chair and stuff. And damn, man. And then they bring those guys back. They even let him out of jail. They do all this shit, man. But okay. So one of the things to look at was Stanton is Lincoln gets elected. I think it was maybe like right when he gets inaugurated or before. Stanton had sent a letter to Lincoln, and it's in the files, like it's in, you know, it got published in Nicolay, Hay and Nicolay, his secretaries, yeah. So it's getting it from like so Stanton like goes like totally batshit nuts, like he's all like he's like the big, you know, money capital thing from the north and northeast, whatever, New York and north. And he's all like anti-Confederacy, anti-slavery, but he's like, oh, we should just, it's his fucked up letter. He says we should go to war with England and team up with the Confederacy or the South and restart a thing, do some territories. He writes this, it's so wackaloon fucking shit. It doesn't make any sense. And it's probably a fake out. And it's even like it's so extreme that it would make you think that. It's, as long as you can think that, as soon as someone suggests it. Because otherwise, you went crazy. And they're kind of, Nicolay and Hay are kind of saying that, like you went nuts or something. And then he's all good again. He's like, but like with that in there, you can, if anyone ever wants to say, yeah, no, it was all fake out, something, you get that letter, it'd be like, look, this shit's nuts, right? So him and Chase, like that's all that fucking thing, and Chase being having his narcissistic personality disorder or whatever the fuck, and it just doesn't work, and or whatever the hell, it's like probably fake out somewhat, right? And probably just certain flows they can't really help. And with the finances and shit. Okay, so because in Worcester, okay, so there was this one actress girl with a big booty, giant, like she was a pear shaped, and the thing is giant. They put her in a play once, and it's like, and she's always annoyed me because she goes around like she's entitled, but if she's skinny, beautiful, and there's a fake booty they put on because she's an undercover motherfucker, which she is, then it would make sense, and she'd be the coolest, and it's a slick thing. And how could she fucking live like that? She lives like that. It was, man. And why they even put her in the play, and then she'd be really good. It's just, it's something that's always off, and I think I pick at it. Not like if you're the bully in school or something, you pick at someone, oh man, you're best picking. Why do you go around like with your head up in the air, like, you know, unless they were like doing something, and you say, well, except that's the problem. But usually you don't just be a bad person, but it's her, it's not being real, it doesn't match, that's what it is, and then it all came to me like, you know, yesterday or whatever, it's just, and I know it, you know, like that's what it is, what I said, the original Kevlar booty man, right up in front of me, right in your face, man, right in your face, right in front of you, right up in front of you. And like always, because it's always we're doing fittings, or oh, you could be discreet, go off somewhere else, or actress gets fitted somewhere else, or I just don't really see it going on, or whatever the hell it would be, right? It would be like, so I don't remember, it's like it would just be that, and it'd be like some extra thing. And, they have all their super Kevlar and all their different shit, and they'd always be trying shit out, probably going right to the State Department, right to Hillary, the whole fucking thing before anyone's even heard of Hillary. Like I told you Hillary knew who I was. Hillary knew about me before I knew about her. I could tell, like back, yeah, it makes sense. Damn, man. So they'd be fitting that stuff, and however it fucking works with things, we get the super things, and then the costume guys get the drape and the fit and all the thing and the flow. And if anyone's ever going to see, oh, does it tell, or does it this, what does this do or that do, or how do you make cover for it? With other people, it'd be him. Crazy, right up until 9/11 when they have all at the airports. When they have that weird machine, scanning machine. Damn. Even then they just slip them through. They give them their permission, whatever. But damn, man, and so it's like a fucking trolling. And like who knows what else there was. There probably was. And that's why you get the annoying, everyone's like Louise Woodward even. Like it's not a bug, it's a feature. Like annoying. Like even if they're not from England, it's like, God, where the fuck crevice do they come from? Or something, but it's their trolling, and it's jeez, man. It is, man. And then they bring all the feds in, and it probably is like the hide your shit DEA. That goes with the Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead's gonna come in, they're gonna run through that with stuff, and it's like DEA, like gather information, don't just go fuck everyone over, bust them, and probably this whole fucking thing, they probably always do it anyway, and they do the dealing anyway. And so it's stage right. Exit stage right. Because the theater. Because you can go a full circle. You can go the regular way. You're in the regular theater. You can go into where the play is, the theater, the play room, whatever the fuck they call it. And then over on the left, go up the stairs a little bit. It goes down, and that's where I'm thinking why it's lower, why it's 5 feet lower, and stairs and different things. So there's probably a door down, and then you go, and it's out level. That's why I don't remember going up and down a lot of stairs, or thinking of it as like a tunnel thing, because it's like then up to the stage for that. There's another door that goes down. So there's probably some other doors, and those have stairs, and you don't use them as much. But the one left goes to tunnels to the mall, and then back to the offices. It goes up to the mall that way, whatever the fuck, and in and around, and to the big driving in parking garage where all the garbage trucks can drive in. Giant trucks drive into the mall, like for all the dumpsters. And then they drive in, and it goes around to where the set is. Oh shit, you come around the office. Jeez, how does that go, man? Ooh, man, you gotta go swing all the way around the office. Then you got this back entrance for the where the sets are built, an independent contractor. Damn, through all the damn underground shopping mall, everything's underground. Like that. Unloading. Okay, so but if you go circle around counterclockwise, you go there. It's just, I think of a Star Trek when they're with that chick. Wasn't she? Wait, she was deaf, right? And so you have Spock, Kirk, and McCoy. And McCoy was like falling in love with her. Oh, she could touch, she could heal you or something. And then she heal him at the end, McCoy or something. She has to like lay hands on him, and then she dies, and it's so sad to save him. Or does she come back to life, or something like that? And it's all this dark room. Maybe stuff dangling down, or that's a different one. But it's like that. This whole thing. And my dreams are based on that, even though I'm not there. I'm on stage left for my dreams and all those places. But And it's got more doors up and around Maze Like and up and down. But at overstage right, go up in there. God, and where is it? Something before that. Something is that parking garage. You can get that and come right up those stairs. But then it kind of goes further and doesn't they? I just think of it, man, like there's unfinished wires coming down. And might get you, and the ceiling's getting lower, and I'm having to stoop. It's all my imagination. Going down into access stage right. It just isn't made for that. Like, it's just like humping over. But I think it's like piling shit. They do weird shit. It's psychological. It's all psychological. Like it is. And it's like down. One time they said they smelled smoke, so they took us all over there, like during the break. And everyone was supposed to be sniffing around for smoke in that whole area. And that's always struck me. That's good. Because they're covetous, man. They wouldn't say, hey, you can get in on this, smelling for smoke or whatever the fuck, or with our undercover shit, or coveting our, like, we found the smoke, like Brownie Point. No, which it really isn't, it's undercover shit. That's all a fake out, man. They say, if you do that and see what we say. And then, like, listen, what did they say after that? Or whatever. But it'd be up in there, and like in all different shit. That shit'll go. That'll be some, or make you think it, right? And all the tunnels and stuff. And it's all packed full of junk and stuff, maybe. Gotta see. And like someone had to go pile some stuff up there. And to go in and out of them, stage right. And it's just kind of weird and awkward. And so people tend to go behind the curtains, which isn't a lot of space either to get, if they exit stage right and then to go back to the left to do something. I think it's like that. Maybe they go stage right and just like walk to the office and all that. Or I guess you go take off, exit stage right and go up to the parking garage. But there's, that's in my mind, man. Yes, that's what that shit was. I go to Aruba. I'm going to Aruba, and I'm kind of bitching. I gotta go to Aruba and complaining. Isn't this tacky? We're going to Aruba. Where the hell that is. Damn, man. So that's what that was. And like everything. Oh yeah, and so okay. The chick with the giant booty, she's CIA. Yeah. God, because she's like that thing. She's just like Diane, except without anything negative. She'd be like if she plugged into that, but she never runs anyone. She's not bitchy, and she's actually really nice. She'd be like that, or State Department or something. Be like that, right? Something like that. Yeah, they run around with a booty and then acting. And everyone's got their weird life, like they gotta have embarrassment. Man, those people, like, it was a brother and sister. They're driving drunk, but it's fake. And then I think their other person with them, whoever the fuck it was, and the boy's always gonna cry because they live where they're their parents, and their parents want to hit him or something. And even though they're grown up, and he's got his thing, and like they're just lying, and it's all this fake shit. It's this fake backstory with all their other shit. God, those fucking Grateful Dead beds. That was the DEA. That is actually DEA. Maybe like the thing padded on and not go bust people too. And get the information. Fuck, man. But that means everyone's like plugging into it in a certain way. And so, man, you had that is that shit. And then you had let me see, Blackbush Rossi, that would be Martha's Vineyard. That's all that shit. They got to be before Obama. Man, back in 1987 and 88, all through 88, to the end of 88. I wrote like 36 years. I meant 37 years. It's been 37 years now. Damn, man. And however that works. And they'll run it like it's connections and people that know each other. Remember Hillary when her address, like her graduation address, she says, we don't trust them. We don't trust them. Lack of trust. You know, they killed the Kennedys. You should be able to know just like where the fuck it is. If she's like something that's with that, plays with it, or however the hell it works, or it's the opposite. It would be just self-evident to someone. Like just kind of looking at some of the stuff on the street and thinking, which I don't really know. I'm kind of guessing she's the opposite. Like the good guy like thing. And so, and that means there would be the possibility of having that too. Because it's like, maybe this shit happens. Just like now, no one says shit. You know, they'll be finding some out. They don't say shit or act like they don't know, don't care, or they do it right in front of everyone. Okay, so back to Worcester, it's like, okay, so a couple times I walked home. I walked home one time, you know, I gotta be all the way on the other side of Crystal Park, across those tracks, and in the back thing, there's this other way to go. You don't go that way, it's far out of town in a 3-decker. And there was this guy, I was going over one of the bridges, thick guy, but it's like a rubber thing. Did that. So they're doing that Fed thing, where you have like mass and casts, like you have fake methadone mile shit or fake crazies. Probably the bitches gave me a ride home in the car too. Oh, it is. Yeah, I gotta be like, oh shit, you picked up with three chicks, blah blah blah. And like they're doing, oh, do you party or something like that? It's like intercourse, or like, is that with a party hat and like little blow things? Because like for me, it's like, why would you say you're partying? Or that, like that's supposed to be that, or like is it drugs, or it's just something I've heard. It's so fucking stupid. It's probably always some fucking, that's always some shit though. That's why party, because that is the fucking rats in their DEA or whatever. It's just fucking for no use, you know, probably. But they got the kid in the car. Oh, we gotta put the kid back away. Something. And they're just some stupid shit. They picked me up when I was walking home and drove me there. And this could be some fake shit too. Everything's all fucking fake. And okay, so they had that train station all those years that was closed. It wasn't a train station. It was empty. And it's the main thing. It's like it's like New York's Grand Central Station that got torn down, but this is the other one. Like, right? The guy built it there, and then in New York, and it got gone, and then there's one in Worcester, right? That's that. I think something like that, right? And they're talking about tearing down the Worcester one, and they got over, man, you got some scary homeless drug things, and no one can go in there, ooh, like this shit. It's always crazy, right? And oh yeah, okay. So it's always that. And then man, time, yeah, okay. Damn, man. And that hot dog place, that weird hot dog place. And then they had the big fire in that building too. I went and looked at that because I was getting a ride. Someone's giving me a ride. That's kind of weird. I always thought that was weird that happened to be going by there. It's a good time. It'd probably all the fucking thing. Or I guess you could even get it. That would be like even you hear about the call and then you do it. Because they had been there a while. Let's go get a hot dog. Kenny, you gotta go get hot dogs. This hot dog thing is the Worcester experience. You gotta go for this. You know that thing, you guys will. Whatever the fuck it is. Because it used to be a thing. Damn, man. Like, and I could tell when I went back there in the fucking, I don't know, 2015 or whatever, up in those hills and all the shit, it's undercover shit. All in those neighborhoods, man, that's some weird shit. They must have tunnels like a motherfucker all over that place. And they'll act like it's something. And, damn. Yeah. Let me see, so, Yeah, that place. And then they reopened it, but they had it for a long time. It was like they're talking about it like they do about like there's homeless people. You can't go there, and they do drugs there, and it's all there'll be all this fake fed thing, and digging tunnels are making people think that, or capping it off, or it's a lie, and all this weird shit. You know, little things right next to the men's room, so later when they fix it up, they get their little places. Or people think that, or they don't fucking know. Or even just, you know, places stash things for God knows. And, damn, so, yeah, Abby Hoffman, right when I left, he committed suicide, right around then. He had to had a funeral. So the guy that got me into Boston, Jim Coughlin, he was like in Boston, and he'd grown up in Worcester. He's from Worcester, and he went back to see the funeral, and he brought me to Moshe's house, and he was cool. He used to do, if you look in the old newspaper, the Globe or the Herald, it's a state article called State House Sikh dons a suit, because he always dressed as a suit in a Sikh outfit, and he did lobbying up at the State House, Massachusetts State House. Then he put a suit on later, so he's that. And he was always lobbying to have a JFK Day, a Kennedy Day. And then those guys, Moshe, he was with Moshe and everyone, and they saved the Vilna Shul. They're going to tear it down or something. And they started doing Shabbos there and everything and took it over, like the shul up on Beacon Hill. That's got to be a setup though, right? That's not, oh my God, here's some broken down old thing. We'll keep it like a shack, and you guys have to be hippies and break in and like, and go at it. Now, oh my God, you saved it, right? So it's probably like kind of a fixed up thing, because damn man, they didn't, not only the West End, they tore down the West End, all the Jewish thing. You know, it's where Government Center is now, and all of Scully Square, Scully under the train. The station is called Scully under. Damn, I had dreams about that too. And they take that apart, and then they also did the other end of this highway, or the highway, tore up Newton Center, which is the border of Newton and Brighton, and that was like and it's a Grand Central like thing. So you keep going through to Watertown, something like that, right? You know, then it goes through. So you keep going on down the A line all the way through, and it pulled out the A line, and then it would keep going like real city, and you're really going to a place, and you're going to a place. You're at Newton Center, and you're going there, and then from there you go to Watertown. Instead, they just like destroyed it. You know, and they took out that entire neighborhood. Because I went to Moshe's house. He's off way on the edge of that, on in Brighton. But they had the store that sold the challah bread. Like I'd go get that. Like when he was gone, I was supposed to get that for Friday. Like when I was by myself, even or something. I used to do the Shabbos when he's gone. Guess I should do that or something. I get issues. I get fucking issues, man. I get issues, and I think it's actually I gotta embrace it, because it's like this whole thing, and you can be angry. It's all like the humanity and secular things, communist like thing, you know, the real shit. So that got all torn up, and it's probably everyone making a deal, because that shit always happens. These fuckers are always selling out. You get every neighborhood committee, and you get leadership, and they sell out. You know, it's like guys they look like, man, I'm all, you know, they're like that's how they do the LA fire. They look like, man, he lost his whole house or something, his insurance, and really he's positioned like with other shit, or he works with someone, and they want to have they need to get a burn so they can get some rebuild. And it's part of the big thing. And they got the tunnel stuff that they work too, and the whole trauma thing they know how to do at the time, and they did the same thing in Maui. So it's that whole shit. It's a military thing. And they must really dig in Hawaii with all the hills and all the nice pumice rock. You must be amazed. Tunnels and stuff. And then submarines going right down. to submarine, whatever. Damn. Man, my wife was working at the one of those places. The robots or the medical stuff, the medicals or the robots, and then two of their guys came down to Florida, and they're the ones that got killed in the tunnel up in that Central Florida, Northern Florida, whatever. The tunnels and the water got murky. That's them. Like, or they'd hear about it. That's always they're talking that up. Like, that's the thing. But like, God knows what. Just like the Thailand thing. And then it's funny because like Elon Musk, now you think he's such a shithead. Like, all those kids are there. They have to go rescue him, and he says these guys are dumb. The guy's a perv that's leading it. And you think he wouldn't want to mess up his mojo. He just has to breathe just right to scuba, right? And then, Elon Musk is like, I'm gonna build a submarine. I'll go right in there. There's probably some truth to it, or it's fake. And like with hindsight, and you know why he's tearing it up like that? Because you're supposed to know. And especially with water, it's tunnels and water. Back to like what I said, tunnels and water. Because it's good. You just got to make the edges not sharp, and you put a old rubber pipe through there, and then you like put it under pressure. You could hold all, not just the water, but you hold all the silt out, have that under pressure, and have locks up in places. And you go in there and have a submarine that goes right through it. And you can even pack that with sand, and it's like that, so you don't even have to have the water pressurized, but you can keep it pressurized with the lock. And then you go in there, and if it stops being pressurized, it's like that hard sand. It doesn't, you'd have to liquefy it, like just really collapse. Or you have to stir it, and then you can go right through it. If you have energy to suck water out of it and push water in a certain way and move the sand behind you. Like, similar to something like a horseshoe crab would do it under a foot of sand or however much it is. So you have to be doing it with very high pressure. I don't know how deep they go. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what their whole shape is. Like, they're like round. You can see how their whole body can turn. And they got that tail. And so you can if the back is getting friction, they can just rock side to side and go forward and work shit. They just have to have enough energy to be, putting some pressure on and moving that sand. From the front to the back. Like, I'll get back to Worcester, like, yeah. It was, man. Yeah, she was with it, with Kevlar booty, or just the trolling it, or whatever the fuck. That's what it was, and she had that exact attitude. That's why it was bugging me. Because it's like, I need to know, and it's not right. Because she's actually cool. She got this nice. She doesn't. It's also weird. She's got that thing. She does have a thing like Diane. That's not just State Department. That's like something. I think she was, man. I'm just kind of like in my mind. Let me think. Because she'd be around and stuff, and there's that thing. And then, like, it could be like, oh, I feel sorry for her. But she doesn't know. How does she not know? How can you feel sorry for her if she doesn't know? And if someone has a problem, I don't know, sometimes you'd be like, yes, you need to know you're dying, and you can grieve. Like, you'd think maybe there's a certain way they ought to be told, but maybe they shouldn't. And that would create some stuff in you. You know about that? It's like white girl booty fucking, like, and it's fake, man. That's what it was. She was probably really good looking. Just fine. and even thinks she's fine. They make her plain. She's plain and got that plainness in her affect and everything. It was like a plainness that's like probably contrived. And she had that smooth thing in that thinking. I could tell it is like the CIA shit, like Diane, but not running anyone. Probably a lot of people were like that. So that the Coyote one, she runs people, runs them hard, has an attitude, and they press her. They probably fuck with her, like, why isn't this shit working or something. So she's probably getting ground down, fucked up, and they expose it. And the fucking shit sells out. Because that boyfriend she has, he's so fucking, he's got to be, he's the thing. Probably she does fuck him too. That's the thing. And he's like, what the fuck ever, whatever, man. Over it. Because she would have that attitude. She's like Harvey Weinstein. Like a little Harvey Weinstein. Damn. You don't deserve it. The worst crime ever, right? To be not worthy, and then you're... And actually, part of the crime is that. Damn. So, trying to think. Different guys around. Suspicious characters and different things. It was, man. God, man, that thing was, man. So you have it, right? And they're not going to keep it forever. That's another thing. Oh, no, it's going to go bankrupt now. I was like, well, they built it all in a big old hole. Oh, it'll go 3 years and bankrupt. Oh, my God. The tears, but it's not. It's supposed to be like that. It has a shelf life. It's their theater front. And that's all the shit. So you have the fucking Kardashians, or you have the fucking front office. The Armenian guy. To work that shit just like the dude in the OJ trial. That same looking, because I just think of them both the same. Standing there with that guilt and depression. And he stands there, he has that same face he makes. Like just stands there like that. Life is that. And I don't think it's just, oh man, I do this Armenian thing, and man, we got the Turks, and we were the first ones, And it's like, you gotta be serious. And it's like, that's fake, man. It's fake, right? And, okay, so I guess I should say. Yeah, because it is like about, like it's either not true, so it's not sad, or if it's true, it's like probably a murder. Like, okay, so you'd have a girlfriend, and she was cool. She'd do those tickets, and she was like, she had her big nose. Maybe that's even, they put nose on her, and she's kind of, nice and skinny. Maybe she's 18, or maybe she's like 26. I don't know. I'm thinking 18 or 26. But her sister died, and her sister might have been 16 or 26 or something. I think she might have been young. Like we just heard. She's in the hospital. All of a sudden, boom, she has to go in the hospital for pneumonia, and just boom, died. So we just heard it like that. Not even like she's in the hospital, just like, oh damn, her sister died. Like that she even has a sister. It's like a horrible thing. And she's all sad, and then the Armenian guy's her boyfriend, and it's horrible. And the thing is, if it's true, I'm hoping it's not. Like that's not even. Oh man, that's not even insulting. Because I'm begging, it's like, please, like, that'll be not true, right? It is fucked. That shit happens with pneumonias. Man, my mom that mycoplasma pneumonia especially, they just blow it off. They say, oh, you don't have a fever, and they fucking know that too. They'll give you that. They'll give you a mycoplasma pneumonia just so you can say, you don't have a fever, and they'll let you die. Like on the phone, go to the doctor's office. And you'll have no blood oxygen. They did that to my mom too. That's after it happened to my son, and I had to call her. She was in Lowell. She had to get on them. They were just gonna fucking kill her over in Lowell. It's like everything. You just don't get a fever, but you'll have no oxygen. And you'll die. It's like walking pneumonia. It's like from mycoplasma bacteria. Those are like these little tiny, really tiny, primitive bacteria. Now, so hopefully it was like didn't happen. Maybe it's like some kind of thing. But if it did, it's just kind of fucking weird in the hospitals, and then they're working there. I'm kind of thinking and hoping like it's not true though. So look, and then I don't know what to do. You could say you're sorry or something. Because I asked the guy, how's she doing? Like, it was like a week later or something. And I don't know anything. I'm so out of it. See, I used to have all these issues and stuff, or do. And I don't have these, like, scripted ways of acting being. It was like, and then he said, like, oh, something like what you'd expect. Like, he said a certain way. A certain grumpy way. A little bit like, Fred Goldman might say a little bit, but not like that's negative as that, but a little bit. Maybe, right? And hopefully everything was okay. Damn, I guess that was kind of weird. Not like I know how everything works regular, but. And it's even like, wasn't it? There's kind of like, I guess she could be his girlfriend. And he's probably like older than her. Like whatever, but then it could be like, oh that, and now you know he's the girl, he's like, you wouldn't really know. It isn't like you just have to say that. And now you know. Like, it was supposed to be like that. And then it's like, oh, there we go, or something. Now you really know, or I didn't know, or you have to be told, or something. So it's like some, and I'm hoping like it didn't happen, because God, man. But they used to do the money. They used to take the money, the receipts, to bring it to the bank and stuff, like supposedly. Whatever it is, they gotta go out and they make it. We're going with the money. Here we go with the money. Ooh, it's money going to that bank. I hope everything's all right. And in my car and this and that. And he probably has concealed carry permit and nothing. And here he goes, Armenian, freaking. Ooh, and back in 1988, they're just like, yeah, right. Come on. So there's some stuff, man. Damn, man, he's got all that shit. You just look at that Kardashian guy in OJ case. You know how he's going around imposing his fucking world on everyone, like he knows there's certain thing. He's like the toilet police of fucking everything. You know what I mean? Like he's just like knows how you could properly do this, or how to hold your handkerchief, or say excuse me and go to the other room, or whatever the fuck. And it's like he's the director of all that. And he's always like like a fucking Undertaker mode or something. Cause that's all fake, man. All that Fred Goldman, all this stuff. I think, yeah, and that'll be all the theater. And now weird, Barry Sheck happens to go. No, I was going to say Louis Woodward shit. Barry Sheck has to come to the Baby Eepin, right? It's Barry Sheck. And man, he was just going blah, blah, blah. He did a half-hour closing argument summation. The other defense guy did a half hour. So, and then the prosecutor did 1 hour. So each get 1 hour. He did half of the defense. And so it's go blah, 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 blah. Bleed and rebleed and blah, blah. It's all fucking bullshit. And, damn, man. See, that judge, Hiller Zobel, I always remember Hiller Zobel, because he's the one who made my friend homeless. Put him on the street. And he was like fucking on the street 25 fucking years. It's like, for, as I heard, like, because he was in, he's that guy that you see, and I have Colby, that video, pictures. Who'd ever think a neighbor, rude as Ice Cube, it would be pissing through a tube? It's like Colby right now. I'm a fool, and there's Gary. That's the next picture with his leather jacket. This thing's good, in good shape, and that Colby keeps all his radio and shit stuffed into the pocket like that. And Damn, man. And so he had been, and that's down in Alston. And we used to hang around behind Hadassah thrift store. They throw a dumpster full of stuff away every day. And he lived in Brighton originally. And he has to go home up there. There's these people. And then he left that and he got a place. He had Section 8 housing voucher. So he got a place near Harvard Square. So it's like it wasn't super expensive then, a few blocks away as it gets cheaper. Maybe like to the back Hinterland and towards Central Square, that back way. Same place that, the Sarnoff brothers were running around. They have to run toward that. Run that way. Or down toward MIT, like those back channels. And it's not real. And then he's up in there. It's like, okay, it's all good. And he has to get roommates. So he gets a roommate. And it's this girl, she comes in, and she had told him that her dad had killed her mom. She has a bad history like that, something like that. And then she ends up doing this fake thing and does a restraining order against him and throws him out of his house. It's all fake. It's all a lie. And they went in front of Hiller Zobel, that judge, Hiller Zobel. And the guy threw him out of his house, and he was homeless. So he got this house, place in Harvard Square, then he's gone. Boom, he's homeless. And that lasted forever. It's like 20 years, like forever. He's like, so then he's back in Alston, living in a laundromat and in a corner or something, and just the whole time, because they wanted to keep him there. That was like part of the system too, to keep him there and do some shit. So that was some fake out shit. Probably even that he could get a place like that near Harvard Square, right? And then they bump him right back out, and he's homeless. That fucking pig, Hiller Zobel. That guy's disgusting. He knows what he did too. So he did the baby Ethan shit. Damn. Because they know, man. Because they fucked up. They ran the same shit. They ran Joe's shit past me. Ran the Moonies. The Mooney girl. Like, they thought they could just fuck with me. Like, it's not going to matter. Like, all the shit connects. And there's no fucking way. When I was up there at the trial, everyone was protesting, and they arrested me for having a can of beer. And they were, like, setting me up. They're setting me up so, like, I'd fucking talk to these feds and then drink it. And then they can just run right up at me. Like, they all set that up. It fucked me up, too. And stripped me. Got my head all broken and shit. I'm all fucked up. They were kind of fucked up, too. Damn, and that's why those fucking cops were weird. One time when I went back there, they asked me. Wait. Yeah, because I had to go back there, and then they're pouring one cop, because they had fucking grabbing me off the street. There's a warrant for that. It's like fucking a year later, I don't know, 6 months later. You need to go back and talk to those people about your beer, and because you didn't come back. So, it's not fucking, it's like next day, but I'm going to something, and then fucking, so there's this one cop with a cigarette, young guy, and he's pouring gasoline, or he has a little bit of gasoline in the jug, just like a quarter cup or something. He's pouring it into the sewer pipe, into the drain, and he's smoking a cigarette, so ashes can drop on it, and the whole thing will fucking hit and like blast up into his face. And they have me look at that, and it's like, and one of them like looks a little weird, worried, and the cops asked me, "Is it really bad?" They do. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of bad too." Like I'm the expert. They had to fucking do that with me. And there was some weird shit where they're fucking acting like I'm fucking Jesus fucking Christ or something. Those cops. Okay, so some weird shit. It's up in that's at Cambridge. So they did that Louise Woodward stuff. That's all that theater stuff that must all connect. And it's coming from Worcester with Turtle Boy. Damn, man, they had all this shit. Okay, Worcester. Looking around, let's get the buildings. Yeah, so Brad got a place up on the hill. I'm gonna call different guys. He had some weird guys in the office too. One guy they paid. They just make it open. Like they got director of special events, and he's alcoholic. Oh yeah, I asked Brad. I said, "What's his job?" And Brad says, "Drunk." And then great. He said one time he came in, the whole fucking theater was here. Everyone's having a meeting or a nice thing. You're back in the green room, like off the stage. That's what you call it. And then he comes right in the room and he just falls down right in front of everyone. But they're lying, man, because like he was with this other one. Oh my god, the other one is a stage manager, and she's taller, but man, they're doing some fake shit on me, man. They're like lying, man. Gotta be doing. It might be more coyote than they add stuff, but like he comes in there. God, it was him, right? Like, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, like when you something with a dog when he starts like humping, like I don't know. Sometimes it's trouble, like when your nuts are hanging down and you're trying to hump, you're having intercourse and it gets like your nut goes swings around and gets tangled or something because they're like they're not constricting enough here, and he's like faking it, right? That's not him, and he has this horrible, and he's embarrassed. He thought he'd be cool. He had just drank his 3 beers, and he's coming. He's like, he talks to the chick, and she's not. I think he try to be up for it or something. And then she's all fucking bitter and dour. Like she's gonna do her shit. That was a fake out, man. So they're in on it together. It's like don't you're up and down and around. Then it gets tangled around. And when that happens, like yeah, that happens. But anyone but you or whatever the fuck it is, right? And she acts like I can't. I don't know if you hear that. It's like I'm sad. They're lying though. Damn, man. Yeah. God, it is. All that Louise Woodward stuff. All that shit where she's hanging around and going to that rent. Saying it'd be all the same shit. They would have practiced that shit. And all this shit, they'll have like these people from England, they overstay their visa and they just fuck around. Wait, because there's this other one. Wait, now is that the one? No. Gotta get it mixed up. Wasn't there this other ring? Oh my god, she must have a booty too. Or is that the same one? I'm getting it mixed up. She probably has a fake giant thing too. Probably. And the guy. Yeah, that's what they did, man. So they're all up and down around there. And my mom's staying in that big tall building. It's like not the next to the Turtle Boy though. The one that's even taller, the tallest building. It's like a block down or half block, whatever it is. Yeah, and they didn't have the train to run. So it'd be the Peter Pan bus. You have to take Peter Pan bus from Boston to Worcester. I think it would take 50 minutes. And where's the takeoff? Doesn't it take off from some South Station or something? But then it goes down to Newton. To Newton at that thing at the end of the D line. It stops there. And it keeps going. God, man. So from somewhere. Yeah, they kind of is a coinky dink, right? So you have all the Grateful Dead feds and all that. And then where do I go? I end up going to the house with all the Timothy Leary people. in Boston, right? The Tibetan monks had been there. That's for the place where they went when they first came to the United States. So all that CIA stuff, MI6 and all that. Yeah, they knew Timothy Leary. They like, who's the other guy? Allen Ginsberg. Yeah, because that's over. He'd be hanging around over at the thing in, I guess, between Harvard and Central Square at the Camus house. And Vic used to go to Camus. He'd talk about it. This is all stuff's all over by the time I'm there. But I'd hear about it. They've been going, I think it's Camus died or something. And then a picture of him, he looks like the it's got their beards and stuff. God, man. So when they so when they took me out a couple times, like someone came to the temple, I was at the temple maybe. Oh yeah. So before Occupy Boston. Yeah, before Occupy Boston, they sent the guy from Hezbollah, except it's like those tribes. One of those guys, and he had a beard and stuff, and he's really nice, and he knows everyone. And he's like, so he's over, and he talks to me, talking about stuff, and then it was Occupy Boston. He was there, and he's looking kind of depressed or something. He doesn't get what he wants or something like that. Shouldn't be a downer. So he's been talking to me. That's all their shit. But then later the guy came. My friend had kind of said I blew him off, but that was like that was kind of not like as it appears, probably, right? It's like he took me down to Newton, and we did the thing, whatever. What's the thing? Is that in the spring? Oh God, Rosh Hashanah or something. So we're there all night. First we went to Lubavitcher's, which I wanted to go, and he didn't want to go to Lubavitcher's. He's always bitching, and he says he doesn't like Ashkenazis, which is a thing. That's just his shtick. It's like his undercover. And he had been in Israel, and he knows their military stuff. But he has like physical problems. So maybe he had something. Maybe his ear looked a little weird or something. Maybe he did put something on. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Because something. Maybe his head was a little misshapen, and his ear. And he'd say something about how he had an ear problem, and he was born with his heart not shaped right. And it looks like he just has a generalized, kind of a birth defect like that. And then they say that he's gonna die in a few years. Like he's got something, but he doesn't believe it. He's gonna do his whole, health, like whole holistic stuff. And his dad is a pelvic surgeon, and he's always bitching how you don't really need to do that. You don't need to really sell these women. You just gotta do this and have an herb poultice. Like he has this whole thing. And then when I can go into detail with it, like it's just this bullshit. He's like faking, man. It's all this fake shit. It's like Tom and Joe do and all that fucking shit. Or Tom does. Joe doesn't do it, but he goes with it. Or he does in a way. And Peter, everyone. Man, he's like, yeah, he has a pelvic surgeon, a famous and rich. And he's like, lives right out there in Newton. So I pick him up near his house and something. And he walked down and I drove. And so I'm thinking he's going to die. And at the end, I blow him off because it's too depressing too. And he's so sad and he's like alone. And we go and around all we can go right in the high school thing and stuff. And all the girls, and they're up at night. And everyone, and they all love me and they love him. And it's like they feel sorry for him. And it was fake, right? That was some shit, right? Okay, I'll tell you what I think it is too. Oh my fucking God. You can just walk anywhere like it. But they already knew us. They knew everything. So I'm like, it's my car, the Acura we're driving. It was a cool car. It ended up, I fucked up. I left the key turned to the right, and I had to get a fucking the AAA to come and fucking charge it. Isn't that fucked up? At the end, after all that shit. But first thing we do is we go to Lubavitcher's, so I want to go that. And those guys are cool and bitchy. I wonder, they got that one guy. I'd go downstairs and chop some meat and stuff. And he's like, kind of junkyard. I go back to the junkyard and, man, they're pretty intense. and the dudes, but because like, see, they're not on the same page either. You know what I mean? It's like that, and they end up having the guy's all grumpy. Has to let me undo the thing on the driveway. You're supposed to like not drive for 3 fucking days. But the poor guy, he made an exception. He like let me out and drive, and I get that frown. Like it's horrible. So I have to go, man, I'm not doing it right. You know, it's kind of fucked up because I didn't know it was gonna be like that. Like when we're done. So we go there and we're going around and going to people, seeing people's houses. He's always angsting. He's always got angst, and they would have done this, and sung hymns together, or something. And he's always like lamenting, kind of. There's something that kind of like that. And I'm thinking he's gonna pass away, and then, man, that must have been some shit, right? And he'd always talk to me on my email, text messages, or I can call him. I could have gone and see him again. Once hang out, and because I had met him at the temple, he had gone there a couple times. Okay, so damn, when was that? Was that 2016 or something? I'm not sure. I could probably find out if I kept looking. But see, what it is it's like those guys don't know what the hell's going on with the temple or with me. They're trying to figure it out. So he's all like made up. And he's like, he's studied stuff. Like he never goes in the military because he's got his issue. I guess I never asked him, but these guys, a little misshapen and stuff. But that's probably, I don't think it is, man, because it's too weird. And even the way it's like I blow them off because I feel bad. Because I run from a certain energy, but I have a certain kind of things in my life. And he gave me my hat too, my yarmulke. He said it's from his sister's wedding. Oh shit! And I feel so guilty. And the motherfucker, my first police audit. Oh shit! It fucking blew off, and I'm like, fuck. You know, I don't know. I was down the street, and then damn, the thing's off. So somewhere downtown crossing, you know, it's off. And it's like, oh shit! And so I go, and that's where I keep going to. I think it's the one where it's you know, where I think it's that one where they're all coughing in their gloves and they're fucking with me at Boston City Hall. I think it's that. I don't think it's after. I think it might be that one. It might be after. It might be that one. Yeah, so like from my sister, and I got little like decorative, and it's like blows the fuck away. So it's like that, and I'm like, God, man. Yeah, there's no way, right? Come on, right? Yeah, right. They're actually really being nice to me too. Like, but there's but he's saying, oh, he's always bitching. I don't like Ashkenazis. I like Sephardic Jews, and everyone's Ashkenazi. No, but I hate everyone. They all suck. Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks. They suck. This whole thing sucks. You gotta go to Israel, and then certain ones are good. Only Sephardic Jews. All the Arabs suck, and all the Ashkenazis suck, and everyone around sucks. But he wants to go and make Shabbos with everyone, but they suck. Kind of some weird thing. And people look at him like everyone feels sorry for him. And you get the older guys like, hey, so and so, and they look like I got to know he's terminally ill. He's like dying in 2 years. Like there's a certain kind of that thing. So it's like that. And after a while, I couldn't deal with it. I didn't want to go. Yeah, but I didn't know because I have my issues, and so it's like that. Because he's like, they're doing this. They don't know. How can this be? How can it not know what it is? Right? And they're fucking trying to figure stuff out. And damn, man, he didn't want to go to the Ashkenazi place, but I was saying I want to, and so he just go. Like, but he wasn't resisting at all. I think he's just so slick. He's just like smooth, right? Like, so there's no indication. He's right. Like, yeah, that's what he does. Like, because he said he had been, he studies all the military stuff. So he'd say that he studies all the stuff. Oh man, that's probably what it is. Okay, because like he was saying something, And like he's supposed to know, he's a technical guy, right? And he said something. I said, why don't people just wear black? Like, oh yeah, like the Viet Cong. And he says, because you can see it at night. And he said something, right? He didn't know what the fuck it was. He didn't know the polarized light or the anything like that, right? Whatever the fuck he was saying. Because I would start going at it and trying to get at anything optics or anything like that. I look at that Huygen optics, like that thing, right? That's the YouTube. Oh my fucking God, they got everything. They got the fucking, of all the shit, they basically explain everything in a certain way too. That YouTube channel, the Huygen Optics, some Dutch thing or something. That is the fucking best. You got to just watch that and watch that and watch that, and you need a background science, or that could even be a start. Like maybe you got to do some, get something a little less. But you get background science. Once you got background science, you can watch that. Like if someone was a biologist, maybe, or definitely did any physics or any kind of engineering, they could start to try to follow it. Some of it. Damn, man. But he did this thing and he said this stuff, and he's wrote, memorizing, he's saying some, it's probably even the correct stuff. And he's got his trivia things. That's what fucking Tom does. Tom and fucking Peter, they have their like pieces of history and they memorize it and they don't know shit and they have no interest in it. It's like little bits they've taken, probably from some study guide or some shit. Because they can like, talk to each other back and forth about it. And they know how to switch topics. You're on something, and then how do you act like you're still talking? Oh yes, and the Polish king, and oh yes, he was married to Romanian's daughter. Yes, and the Rome, back then, Romania. Then they'll go on tangents. They know how to go and how they might connect. Probably some shit. Or maybe they just do it beforehand. Yeah, but he was saying that stuff. He didn't know. That's the thing. It was weird. Shit. And for him to be, because I think with all this stuff, I think he didn't know. Maybe, I think it's like a trivia thing. Because what it is, like, it's same thing, maybe zebras have stripes. And we're like, why aren't they a solid color? Or why aren't they, what's so good about stripes? One of the things is about the horse flies. Like if you ever, when the canoe turns upside down, they all go onto it. And it's got to be they're seeing the polarized light. And they do have polarized light, and they can see. So if you got your back or something, and it's like that, they can see because of the polarized light just reflects off of the stuff that's going side to side or something, right? Yeah. So if you took your polarized sunglasses and turned them sideways, so if you look at some black surface, like around some shoulder, like the side of the shoulder, you'd see even more. At the top, you'd turn the glasses sideways, so you could see. So things that are black, you'd see from the polarized light. You could detect it. That's why. So like that, that was all fake, man. So I went all the way down there. So they must have sent, that's too much quinky dink, right? Because like with him, it's like, if it is that, then they sent the Hezbollah guy, right? The guy pretending to be that. And it won't even be some super thing. No, it's just universities and little things and doodads and whatever. And whoever the fuck. And maybe it's even kind of fake and seem like it. And however the hell. Right? I think I was right before Occupy Boston. Oh, fuck yeah, they did, man. You know why? Because, like, when you go to Occupy Boston, it's every, like, oh my God, isn't it? It's every rabbinical college. Like, half the people came for Boston, at least. They're coming in from the suburbs. And then they we have the cool, like, tent thing, or, like, whatever it's called. And we're celebrating our things and stuff. One of the things. And everyone's coming from the whatever. The girls ones too. They have a special girls and guys with their religious their liberal rabbinical college, all that shit. Damn. And that dude happens to be there. So it is. So that'll be like that, right? And these guys won't even know. And see, they don't know all that. What is it? I can't even remember. Is it January? No, that's not January. What's the fucking thing? See, I don't know. It's October something. What's it? Is it a 7? It's not a 6. See, oh shit, I don't know. And it's like so many layers of stuff. And it's so dirty. YouTube did it. That's who did it. They set those girls up. They get the skinny girls and drag them down to the tunnel. YouTube did that. They lured them right in there. They knew what they were doing too.